That is not a fun sound to start a podcast with.
Oh, wait, we're recording?
Welcome to episode 51 of You've Been Played, the Illustrious Magic Podcast. Today, I am your eternal host, as ever, Steven Santana. Joining me is Trevor Thompson.
Hello.
Brendan Ryan.
Hey, what's up?
And Brendan's roommate at large, Jay.
For the war chief.
Yep.
I have no idea. Is that a World of Warcraft reference?
It's a Hearthstone reference.
Hearthstone reference.
So.
Okay.
Same thing.
They're based on the same game, right?
Same world. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you can't tell, the two people on Skype are drinking.
Yeah, they're something all right.
I literally just started. I'm just slap happy, I swear.
Okay, chill.
If you say so. So, starting off the news for this week, app suspension and button mapping might be coming in the next PlayStation 4 update.
Exciting.
This was I think it's cool. This was a leak, I guess, through, I forget what site it was, but basically they had screenshots. It was probably NeoJaf, because they always get everything. It was screenshots of like a beta test for certain users on the PlayStation 4 being able to use the suspend feature, which was something that they talked about when they first revealed the PlayStation 4, saying, hey, it's just like the Vita. You can suspend your apps, put it in rest mode, and then wake it up again and just restart right where you're at. Because right now, when you put it in rest mode, even if it is suspended, it just turns everything off. So it like closes all your applications and stuff. And then button mapping is a weird thing. I don't know quite why they would have that. But it was basically this menu screen that was on the main PS4 menu screen where you could change any button to do something different. So like if you didn't like selecting things with the X button, you could change it and now go into your games pressing triangle.
Well, I mean, that could work. That could be helpful for importing systems. So a lot of the Japanese market
Use circle instead of...
Well, the entire Japanese market uses circle to select instead of X.
Mm-hmm.
But they get all of these special edition PS4s. So if we wanted a certain if we wanted a certain special edition PS4 that is only in the Japanese market, you could import it.
How many nerds are switched?
What?
My God, dude! Wait till I'm done talking.
I can't tell. There's like a delay. So
okay, then
like,
just wait until you don't hear anything.
Well, you guys are talking all the time. I need
That's
to
true.
jump in somewhere.
All right, well, what were you going to say?
How many nerds do you think are going to switch X to circle just because they know that in Japan it's that way?
I was thinking about doing
all
that.
all the
As soon as I heard-
weeaboos will. All of those guys. They'll definitely want to do that. I don't know about anybody else, though. I'm not going to change anything.
Yeah, never mind. Thanks for playing such a timely game for B-roll.
Oh, be quiet. This is an awesome game. My review for this on my personal account. Yeah, guys, I'm playing Ace Combat 4 Shattered Skies right now on my PS2 because I finally got the HDMI adapter for the PS2 and PS1. So I've been testing it out recently, trying to capture video for it. So Ace Combat 4 is a game that I absolutely loved as a kid. And I put up a video review of it on my other personal channel, and it's gotten over 1,000 views because it's the only one on YouTube technically, because there's no other video review for this game. So that's a brief aside. But yeah, that's just when I'm
great.
playing.
And you spoil the entire game in that
as
review.
I talk right now. Yeah, of course. It's a 6-year-old game. If nobody's played it yet, they're not going to play it. And I'm one of the ones who thinks that you have to, not have to, but I think that you kind of, for me, I have to spoil games if I'm going to talk about their story. Because if I don't talk about the story in its entirety, then there's no point in saying, oh, well, the ending was really cool. I'd like to tell you why, but I can't. So I prefer spoiling
Well,
it.
can't you just say that?
Yeah, can't you just
No,
say the
because then
ending was
you
really
don't
cool?
have
That's
anything to
what
back
I'm
that up besides you just saying, oh, it was really cool. Take my word for it. There's no examples that I'm going to
That's
give you.
literally what they have to do is take your word for it. That's called a review.
Mm,
That's finding someone you trust
no,
and taking their word
because
for it.
no, they're not just taking your word for it. They're giving you examples and backing it up with evidence from the game. They're not just saying, oh, this was a good game, and then that's it, and saying, oh, well, I really liked it. They're telling you why they liked it. They're describing it to you. They're not just saying it was good.
I suppose so, but saying that the story had a well thought out and well paced story is giving elements to the story without spoiling it.
Yeah, but then you're not giving examples of how it's actually well paced.
Well, then what are you supposed to say? The combat was super fluid. For example, one time I attacked this one guy and then pressed more buttons and attacked the other guy, but like it looked really smooth. You don't have to give like a specific instance. You can just say the combat is really fluid.
I guess. I don't know.
I think that if someone's coming to for review, then they haven't played the game and like they don't want to hear the specifics. They just want to hear like good or bad.
Yeah, well, for this game, people, especially for Ace Combat 4, nobody's playing or watching my dumb review on YouTube.
Yeah, I
so
know. This is all nitpicking. I was totally making a joke earlier, and they got taken way too
Oh,
seriously.
no, I didn't even think that was a joke. I think that was an actual...
What, about you spoiling the entire story? I don't give a shit that you spoiled the story. I was just kidding. Let's move on.
Anyway, yeah, getting back onto actual stuff.
Yeah, good. We did really good not getting off track super quick.
Yeah, Gone Home is no longer in development for consoles. Majesco
It's now in double development.
was the publisher. They're basically a financial failure. Also, the Fulbright company teamed up with Midnight City, which was that young publisher that was co-founded by Casey Lynch.
Yeah, quote, indie publisher would made 0 sense.
Yeah, but they kind of are not doing anything anymore.
No, they are done.
Yeah.
They're done.
Which is weird, because I thought they were going to be like a company that actually...
Yeah, I thought so too, but yeah, no, they're gone.
Yeah, that was weird. So they're done, but Majesco lives on somehow, even though it's a total wreck. And the funny thing is that this was reported via Colin and Greg Live during their GDC Spectacular, and then it was re-reported by IGN, who cited Colin and Greg Live.
That's amazing.
They formerly worked for IGN, so it's really funny just to watch that happen. So Gone Home is no longer coming to consoles, which isn't a big surprise, and I'm not that bummed out.
Yeah, I know. I've already played it, so it's like whatever.
What are your guys?
I have.
Oh, you did? Did you like it?
No, I have not. I was actually holding off.
Oh.
Because I knew that it was consoles, but I guess I need to play it on my dumb PC now.
Just go play it. It's like it's
pretty
super low.
Yeah, it ran fine on my laptop, which is really old, so you should be okay, I think. Jay, do you have any interest in Gone Home?
I've actually never even heard about it.
The less you know about it, the better. It's one of those games.
Yeah.
Cool.
And there's parts of the game that I know about that I know you'll like.
Sweet. I'll probably download that tonight.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's only like a 2-hour experience, but it's really fun.
It's really good.
I mean, not necessarily fun in the traditional sense, but it's really good.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I hope more games are like it.
It's not 6 hours.
No, it's
Okay,
it's probably like 10 or 5 now. It's been 2 years since it came out.
Well,
No.
Yeah, it came out in like 20... Well,
Yeah.
not
Oh yeah,
2
it came out at
years.
the very end of 2013.
Yeah, so not
That's
2
weird.
years, but like a year and a half almost now. Yeah. So I don't know. That's
can we talk about this devastating and groundbreaking news of the week?
what is that?
Sure.
I'm being. I guess Hideo Kojima is never making another Metal Gear ever again
Yes,
after this
Whoa,
one.
whoa! Are you sure this
Shocking.
news story is not from 2008
Or
Are you
2002.
or 2010?
It's not 2000 or 2005 either. So I saw a Kotaku article on this.
Yes.
They went back and counted how many times Kojima said, "This is my last Metal Gear." Jay, how many times do you think he said it?
5.
10.
Oh my gosh, that is ridiculous.
I was gonna try to trick you into some sort of like drinking game, like take a shot for every time he said he's never gonna make another game, but I figured that's too cruel.
That's very...
That would destroy this podcast, just so you know.
Yeah,
10
probably.
times. Oh yeah. Well,
We'd probably just turn off Skype and be like, all right,
All right.
next news story.
I would be mad. I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, I read that Kotaku article, and I wanted to write that Kotaku article, actually, before they put it up. That was something I wanted to do, was to go back and try and find all the times he said, oh, I'm not going to do Metal Gear anymore. Because everyone always says, oh, he said this before, but they never link to it. Like, they never actually linked to the article where he said that, and so I tried looking it up.
It's because he said it so many times that it's just a well-established fact now.
Apparently, it's just common knowledge.
Yeah, it's common knowledge. You don't need to provide a source for common knowledge.
Yeah.
I learned that in my English classes.
Yeah, so I tried looking it and
I think
Googling
it's
it.
just a market tech.
But every Google thing I found was always either Metal Gear Solid 4 or this news story, which was reported everywhere for Metal Gear Solid 5 being his last one. So I couldn't find anything, and then I saw the Kotaku article, and I was like, oh, I wanted to do that. I wanted to get quotes for like every time he said it, because he has said it quite a lot. But even in that Kotaku article, not every quote that they have is actually him saying, I'm not going to do this anymore. Some of them, he actually kind of weasels his way out of it by being like...
He doesn't explicitly say it, but he heavily implies it.
Yes.
And the thing is, there's only like 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah, there's like, I would say 4
there's
solid.
like 7 times where he comes out and says, like, this is my last one. Like, it's...
Which is funny,
Okay,
because
fine.
there's not
He
even
still
that
said
many
it
Metal
6
Gear
times.
games.
No.
Which just means that he's said it so many times between games.
Well, he said it ever since the first one. Because it was after number 2, I think, is when he finally was like, oh, I'm done with this, and then they were going to start making Metal Gear Solid 3, and then they they ran into problems, quote-unquote. Never went into specifics about what the problems were, but then he came in and took over as director, producer, and writer, which is pretty much every major role.
Which is everything. He's also a lead voice actor. That's why they fired David Hayter.
Well, in Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, he's in the game. Like,
Yeah.
he's literally in the game.
That was so awesome.
Yeah, and
I
it's
was
just...
just oh god, this is so perfect.
Yeah, I love Kojima, though. I love him.
He is a wonderful man. I love Kojima.
Yes.
You never know what he's up to, but you know that he's one of those people where there's a lot of like conspiracies that fly around the video game industry, just in general, like Half-Life 3 and just like stuff like that. But like Kojima, with him, if you think that there's a conspiracy, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Like he's always up to something. I don't know. Like every time he announces a game, he can't just come out and say this game's coming out. It's got to be like this whole paper trail that leads to it. He can't just come out and say, "Hey, like Metal Gear 5's coming out. Get excited."
Well,
it's there's a flying hill.
Well, I mean, his announcement for PT was actually really cool because I mean, he didn't say I'm making a Silent Hills. He said, "Hey, there's a demo. Go play it." And everyone was like, "Okay." And then it turned out to be PT, which was actually one of the best games of last year. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He should do more stuff like that.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's awesome. That's probably the coolest way anyone's ever announced it.
Yes, that's true. That's one of the coolest ways to announce a game. Besides being like, it's available today, and then you ground pound the floor and a shockwave goes out.
It's not available
Ground pound the ocean in this case.
Or you ground pound the ocean, like I did.
That only makes sense to people watching the video.
Yeah, so also talking about Kojima, Metal Gear Solid 5 release date, September 1st. Not as close as I'd like it. I kind of wish it was like tomorrow. That would be awesome. If he had come out and said it was available tomorrow, I would have lost my mind because I would be playing it right now, and that would be so awesome. But no, September.
Well, then you want to cancel the podcast.
I would have been like, no, we're not. I mean, we could do the podcast. I'm just not going to talk. You can talk. I'll give you the agenda, and then
host for once.
and then I'll just play Metal Gear Solid 5.
All right.
But I'm really looking forward to that game. Are you guys at all care about?
Not really, to be
I'm kind of excited.
I can understand. Brendan?
Yeah, I'm kind of excited. I loved the 4th one. It was like, it's so much fun, so the 5th one has to be better, right?
No, that's actually not how that works at all.
Well, I mean, it's deductive reasoning. If the 4 previous ones were good, then the next one's good, right?
Well, not better, necessarily.
Oh, well, yeah, not better, but at least good.
Yeah. No, it's going to be good. It's going to be awesome.
It should be good. I don't know if it'll be awesome. I predict lower than a 9 from IGN. I don't know why, but I have a feeling Marty's going to review it, and he's going to give it lower than a 9.
I bet you Mitch reviews it.
Really? Well, he was a big Metal Gear Solid
Because he knows about it.
Yeah,
he knows about the series.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys got anything else to say about that? Or
I mean, I'm excited that it's one of those games where I'm not super hyped for, but it's kind of like what I think you said Arkham Knight was, where it's like I'm not super hyped, but it's like when it's out, I'm going to be excited. Like, cool, just let me know when it's out.
Yeah. Well,
I hope that the story actually makes sense because Metal Gear 4, I was just like, what the hell is going on?
Well, did you play Metal Gear
Gear
1 through 3?
Because that's actually the way all.
Okay, so
No, Metal Gear 3 is pretty good by
first
itself.
straightforward.
Yeah. I was between that and this for playing. What were you saying, Brendan?
I played the first one with my friend, and then like on his PS2, I wanted to get into them, but I didn't have any consoles. So when I got a PS3, I got 4. So I went from 1 to 4, and I was like, what's going on? And then I went back and played 2, and then that was another game where it's just like, what
Batman?
is this ending? I don't know. It's whatever.
Oh, well, to be honest,
And
even
then I
if
went
you
to
had played 1, the
and
ending of 2 was pretty whatever.
Yeah, 2 is just like, okay, I guess that's it. But yeah, and I've tried to get into 3 a bunch of times, and
Oh, I love
I
3.
don't know, like it's just I don't know what it is. It's just the controls are like they're good, but they're not quite good enough for me. And there's still like I don't like how you can't crouch and move.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's like a big problem.
Oh no.
I played it on the PS2, didn't finish it. Bought it on the Vita, didn't finish it, and like I've started that game like 3 or 4 times, and I just can't quite
It's a long
get into it. The story's cool, but just I don't know. The gameplay isn't that. I like Metal Gear 2's gameplay better.
Yeah. I like 3's my favorite by far. I like Peace Walker 2, but I don't know. I like 3's story a lot more than Peace Walker. Especially just because Peace Walker, I guess, was made for the PSP, so it was made to be the bite-sized sort of thing and not the extravagant, like, just opera sort of thing that Metal Gear Solid 3 was, just like this multi-part thing. As an aside, there's a great comic by a user on Imgur called Hymsday, and he or she writes these great comics. They've written one on Persona 4, and if you've played Persona 4, it's awesome because they subvert the plot line to Persona 4, and they like poke fun at it as they're telling the story in like this little comic form. It's hilarious. I love it. And they did the same thing to Metal Gear Solid 3, and it was also awesome. So yeah, if you ever have
Persona 5.
if you
That's all my mind is on now.
Yeah, I know. Persona 5, man. It's gonna be good.
Bring it to me.
So good in my mouth.
Alright, should we move on?
Yes. Moving on. Wolfenstein: The Old Blood announced. May 5th release date, $20 on PC and current generation only. It's a 2-part prequel to Wolfenstein: The New Order, which I really liked, and I'm really looking forward to this piece of DLC because it's standalone. You don't need Wolfenstein: The New Order, and it's basically the same gameplay as The New Order with some new tweaks, which I really like The New Order's gameplay. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah.
It looked pretty smooth.
Never played it. But
It's
cool.
It was a little heavy, but like just being able to aim what was it? The like holding down L1 and being able to like aim around all corners and stuff like that. That was really interesting. I've never seen that in a first-person shooter before. They definitely mastered cover shooting in a first-person shooter.
Yes. It was a lot better than Killzone 2.
Oh yeah.
Far Cry is pretty good at cover shooting in a first-person shooter.
Wolfenstein's almost the same thing, except
It's a soft cover system, right?
you use except you use cover a lot more in Wolfenstein. Far Cry, you don't really use cover that often.
Hey, F you, I do. Only around trees.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, but I know as far as when I played Far Cry, I never used cover really. You guys use cover at all in Far Cry?
Nope.
I mean, I like I didn't. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you crouch behind like a wall or go behind a tree and then aim at the tree, like the guy will peek around the corner.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Like 15, 20 hours into the game.
Yeah.
It's a new gameplay feature. They just patched it in now. No, they didn't.
You know what? If I didn't know better, I would actually believe you.
Do you guys know you can drive in that game as well?
Yeah,
No way, really?
I did. I did know that.
that.
Did you really though?
All right, moving on.
Next up, Rock Band 4 is real. DLC will carry over if you bought it on the previous console that you're now using. So if you have a PS4 and you bought it on PS3, it'll work. If you bought it on Xbox 360 and you have an Xbox One, it'll work.
I feel like all these news announcements, you actually just went to IGN circa 2007 and brought this all back.
Like, because it's Metal Gear.
Wolfenstein DLC.
Wolfenstein.
Hideo Kojima says he's not doing another Metal Gear.
And Rock Band.
Rock Band coming out.
Well, Rock Band was like 2007.
Well, I'm saying a new Rock Band coming
Oh,
out.
okay.
Like,
Yeah, so it's Rock Band. Like, yeah, it'll be like, yeah, IGN circa 2007. Do you guys care about Rock Band at all? Because I really don't.
Yeah.
no, not really.
No. All right. Well, I'm glad we all
Nope.
agree on that. Because this happened, and my Twitter feed exploded with people being like, "Oh my God, really Rock Band!" ah." And I'm like, do people actually care like that much about it? I had no idea.
I think it's one of those things. I think it's one of those things. Like, I don't know if there's some franchises that if you just sit on for a while and then bring back, everyone will freak out and buy it, even if they don't play it. Like if they put out a new Tony
Mirror's
Hawk
Edge.
Ooh,
None of you people played it.
I played it. I liked it. I didn't like it as much as some people claim to love it, though.
I actually really didn't like that game.
Oh yeah.
A lot of people didn't,
Surprisingly.
but everybody says it's like a classic
Yeah.
when it's really not. I'm sorry, it's not. It's just not.
I don't think it's a classic, but it's a pretty good. I think it's an essential game. Like you should play
It's
it.
a cult classic.
I think it's something everyone should play though, because it's so different from a majority of things that are like coming out even this year. Yeah, I don't know. Rock Band just I don't care for it really. I don't get like
Me
why
neither.
people want to get around and play these dumb plastic instruments. Like
Well, I mean, it's fun to play with
I get
friends,
what-
but I'm like, I've played so much Rock Band in my life. I'm like, I just can't get excited for any more Rock Band even now.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't.
yeah. Like I didn't even play I played Guitar Hero 3 and Rock Band the first one and then the Beatles Rock Band. And that's it.
Like the games are fun.
And even that
If you
was
have
like
friends, if you have friends.
yeah.
But I
And even,
don't, so.
even that was enough. Where I would just play with my sisters and just having the Beatles was like, all right, this is cool, and then you kind of stop playing it after a month, and you never go back to it again.
Yeah, basically. Then you have those stupid plastic instruments
Forever.
weighing you down forever.
Yep, they're still upstairs, just in a corner gathering dust. So, next news story.
I get why.
Hmm.
I get why people like Rock Band, but I
Yes.
don't get why people like it as much as they do.
Yeah.
Like it's fun. It's a great party instrument or party game or whatever. But I don't get why it was annualized. I mean, I guess I do, but I don't get why people bought it. Yeah. Well,
I love how annoying the delay probably is, because you're just like, I don't get why people like it so much, but I guess I do. And then it's like this long delay, and then we're all like, money.
exactly. This is the problem with podcasting over Skype. And this is the problem. I keep on interrupting you. I don't
Yeah, I
know.
It's totally cool. It's fine.
Brendan, I haven't told Trevor yet.
What?
Uh,
That Brendan's coming out here to visit?
oh,
Yeah.
Because he told me.
Damn it! Brendan, why did you tell me?
I was so excited.
We're friends. Maybe Brendan and I talk, Steven. Maybe we talk.
I doubt it.
Very rarely.
Yeah, very rarely, probably.
When are you coming out?
It happens. I texted you. Well, never mind. Never mind. Go ahead.
No. All I said was, when are you coming out?
Oh, April 1st.
Nice. That's soon, too. Nice.
Yeah, March, April, May, June.
Yep, we're a month away. Good. Don't chill, Steven.
April. Yeah, so that'll be fun. That will be.
How long are you here for?
Is that a weekend? That's a weekend.
I'm here till I get in on a Wednesday and I'm there till Sunday. So whatever that math is.
Nice.
5
We will
days.
Do a
5
lot.
days.
Yes.
We will do many things.
Okay.
Yeah, we should podcast while I'm there.
Absolutely.
We'll do a bunch
we'll,
of stuff.
We'll record
actually.
like 9 episodes. Just keep them in the vault.
Yeah, we
and just,
yeah.
and never do another podcast for 9 weeks.
Yeah, we'll probably do a lot of video stuff actually, because it'll be prime time to have like actually 3 people on video who know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But that'll be a lot of fun. I mean, there's not much to do in Vegas besides like
Get belligerent,
yeah, I guess.
which
And
I can't even
That's
partake
not
in.
what
So
I hear.
we should try to convince Elise to throw a party at some point.
oh well, I mean, I could just tell her, hey, Anthony's gonna bring his Wii U over again for Smash Brothers, and then we'll just do that.
And then not play Smash Brothers and just drink.
Hell no, we're gonna play Smash Brothers.
Okay.
I'm gonna be Milf Master again.
Master
I
420.
love using that name. No, because on Smash you can only use 6 letters.
So you do MOF what?
MST. And then people are like, who's Malef? And I'm like, Master.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, last thing is March releases are kind of exciting. We have
give them to me right now.
Hotline Miami 2.
Yeah, cool. Okay, you know where we're going with this.
Not interesting to any of us, I think, but Battlefield Hardline, Final Fantasy Type 0, which I'm going to get, which is the same day as Battlefield Hardline, Bloodborne,
Woo!
and Axiom Verge on the last day of March.
Oh,
So, which one are
yeah, that's a
you?
big month.
Well, I mean, Trevor obviously is Bloodborne. I am Hotline Miami 2, I think, for sure, because I know it's going to be good. I don't know if Type 0 is going to be that great. The PSP game got good reviews, but it was never localized, so that was just kind of Japanese type reviews and importers, so we'll see if that's actually good. But what are you guys interested in?
Good talk.
Bloodborne and Hotline Miami. Definitely those
Sorry,
two.
I missed it.
What?
San Francisco just called me.
Oh, the delay.
The delay? No, the delay right there was
Speaking
hilarious.
to-
was hilarious because he was like, "What game are you excited for?" And it felt like we were sitting here for like a solid 5 minutes. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of delay in that one.
Wow.
so
I
a
don't
San
think
Francisco
I don't
number
think
just
I'm
called
actually
me. I
gonna
think that means
pick
I'm
any of-
being hired for IGN. So terrible. It's so bad. I'm so
This
sorry.
is so bad. This is so bad.
All right, Trevor, don't
Oh,
talk.
God.
Just
Okay,
Brendan
okay.
and Jay just talk for like 5 minutes to make up for it.
Disaster.
I
This
hate
is
you.
a disaster.
I know you did that on purpose. You heard me and just ignored it.
Okay, Jay. Okay, Jay. What are you getting? What's the question?
I'm Bloodborne and Hotline Miami. I'm gonna get both because I like the whole Dark Souls, Demon Souls thing that Bloodborne's bringing, and I love Hotline Miami 1. Like I played it the crap out of it, so I'm gonna get those two for sure.
I don't think I'm gonna get any. I have such a huge backlog. I need to finish Far Cry and Wolfenstein. And that's pretty much it. I think I'm just gonna wait until Shovel Knight comes out.
That'll be after you visit. That'll be like, I think that's late or mid-April.
Is it? Shit. All right. Well.
Happened.
I wasn't saying anything. I was waiting for you to guide. Wow, this is a fucking train wreck.
Yeah.
Of a podcast.
It's okay. We've had worse.
We have had worse. We've had it where the audio is just absolutely horrendous. Just horrible.
And then Steven still posts it.
Yeah, because I have to have something up there. Speaking of which, I finally organized my entire portfolio into a very, nice list of month by month what I've done in written, audio, and video format. And then I applied to DualShockers.com for their weekday news position because I have an opening. So, we'll see.
I have no time to do anything. I haven't played a game since the last podcast. Not a single game.
What are you going to do when Bloodborne comes out?
That comes out a few days before my spring break.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm gonna close my doors,
Wait,
not
does
talk to any friends, and
I thought it comes out after, because spring break is like the 16th.
no, it is.
Oh, for you it's different, I guess.
Yeah, it's the last week of March into May. I mean into April.
Oh, okay. So yeah, then it would be, because it's the 26th. Or 24th. Brendan, do you have spring... Or no, you don't go to school. Jay, do you go to school? Or do you work?
I'm in school. Yes, I do have a break for the spring.
I believe they call that
know
a
what I'm
spring
doing.
break.
What are you going to do for it?
I don't know, just play video games.
Hell yeah.
Sleep.
Yeah, but what are you going to
Play
play?
I don't know, probably more Guilty Gear, Xrd, or Binding of Isaac for the millionth time.
I'm so sick of listening to you play that game.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of it. I've heard that those songs so many times that it gets stuck in my head all the time, and I'll be wandering around the apartment humming it to myself, and I'm like, stop it.
Every day is great at your Juness.
Shut up, Nautical.
Yeah. You should just buy me Persona 4 for the PS4.
Oh, fuck off. I buy you Guilty Gear.
I know.
That's by Arcane System Works, the same guys who did Blaze Blue, right?
Exactly.
Probably.
Yeah. It's same style, awesome anime, really awesome fighting mechanics. So difficult to be good at, though.
I don't know shit about Japanese developers. It's so bad.
No. I played... The only Blaze Blue game I've actually played is the one for PSP.
Oh.
I have the one for the Vita. I played it for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, oh, I am really bad at this, and I don't think I've touched it since.
Haven't they done the same game and just re-released it for like 4 times now?
It's like the same thing as any fighting game where you have like the general core roster of characters, and they make some changes, some tweaks, give some people different moves, balances, stuff like that, and implement some sort of story that no one cares about. So like it's the same exact deal. And then newest Guilty Gear, they actually took out like a lot of core characters, and I was kind of disappointed at first because some of my favorites from the previous games are just gone completely. So
how mad are you gonna be when they put it up as like pay $5 to unlock this Final Fantasy ripoff looking character?
I was pretty angry.
Yeah, I don't know, because I think Street Fighter 4 was kind of the most prolific re-release of re-releases, and then most fighting games aren't that bad, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Haven't been playing much,
Except for Dead or Alive.
Oh well, I mean that one also.
Dead or Alive does the same thing that Street Fighter does.
Yeah.
They release a million versions of the same game.
Yeah, and then they release a bunch of DLC for like bikini packs and all that
and
dumb
Jiggle
stuff.
physics and
Oh god, yeah, that game's terrible. I haven't been playing anything. I played The Order, and that's it.
Yeah.
I still haven't finished it, despite saying I would finish it by Sunday. But Trevor hasn't had time to play anything. So
I have not played a single game since I talked about Dying Light last week.
Yo, so
and I would like to point out that when I talked about Dying Light last week, that was the first time I had played a game in 3 weeks.
Man, that's crazy.
So I've played about an hour and 45 minutes of video
I
games.
can't remember the last time.
What were you saying, Brendan? Have you played anything?
I was just saying I can't remember the last time I went even a week without playing a game. I've been playing Sly Cooper
4
Thieves in Time.
Minigame.
And I picked up Ocarina of Time again for the first time in forever, and I'm gonna try. Hopefully it sticks this time. I'm going to try to play that game, but every time I pick it up, I'm like, it's all right, and then I drop it. But I feel like I need to beat that game so that people will get off my back.
Virtual Console or 3DS?
But yeah. 3DS.
Okay.
Good choice.
Well, yeah, 3DS.
Okay, I want to get Majora's Mask 3DS, but I'm afraid I just won't play it.
That's exactly why I won't get it, because I know that I won't play it.
Yeah. I still need to play Persona Q. I finally got over the hump on that game because I was stuck at this one boss, but I finally beat her, and now I have like.
Do you remember when you and I had this detailed review schedule for all of the end of last year, and we almost didn't stick to that at all because it just fell apart? Because
it happens.
You got Persona Q, and I never was able to beat another game
Persona
again.
Q, there was nothing to do.
Yeah, I know, and I never had time to beat another game, and
well, because I did Call of Duty and Far Cry. I didn't do Dragon Age because you were going to do that one.
No, I wasn't.
No,
you were.
Oh, wait, no. Brendan was going to do Far Cry, but then I took it.
Well, that's because you were already writing a review for one of the sites.
Yeah,
B10.
Yeah. Well, and Brendan said he wasn't going to be able to finish it. So.
And also, I really don't like that game, so I was like, whatever, I'm not going to beat this game.
Yeah.
You take it.
I mean, I've still been playing Dragon Age, but I haven't played enough of it to, like, give it something.
I'm still upset that I wasted 30 hours playing Assassin's Creed. Especially now that I see how little gaming time I have. I'm upset that I spent that time playing that game.
Oh, you still haven't written a...
I pretty much have the review done.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm just way too lazy to go back and look at it and edit it or anything like that. So I'm just like, whatever.
Just take like half an hour to just read it.
I don't
again.
have a half hour, Steven.
Oh my god.
I have other essays I have to do.
All right, whatever. Yeah, I wanna try and play a little bit more of Grim Fandango and get see if I can get over this hump, because there's just this one puzzle that I'm just like, oh my god, it's just, even with a guide, it's just so monotonous. And if I can't get over it, I'm just gonna write a review saying like, this game is just not as good as everyone thinks it is, because these puzzles are just fucking chores. They're just chores to get through. And then I reviewed Jungle Rumble, which was the game that we did an interview for at PSX.
That we lost.
That we lost because we didn't know how.
Because we didn't know how to use equipment.
Because we're dumb. Because we're dumb.
Because we were basically just like, oh cool, we have this new recorder. Let's go use it now without testing it.
I thought it would work.
And it didn't work.
I thought we were smart enough.
I remember my fear set in halfway through that interview, and I was just like, but I can't just stop the interview. Like, we have to at least try to look professional.
True.
So then I pull you over. I'm like, Steven, I'm pretty sure the last 2 interviews were not recorded at all.
I was more upset over the Hyperlight Drifter one than the Jungle Rumble one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I reviewed Jungle Rumble and it was fine. And
Night in the Woods is pushed to 2016, sadly.
damn it, that game looks good too.
Yeah.
I still have the sticker on my laptop cover of it. I want to get more stickers.
I was a big fan of playing that game. Good interview too.
It's really fun. Yeah, he was cool. I think some other people like that game too. I remember some people at IGN were talking about it.
Well, I mean, I know Arthur Geese wants it to come out. He likes it.
Oh, that's why. Okay, maybe it was Rebel FM then.
All right, moving on. Do you have any more news stories?
I mean, there's no other news really. At least nothing that I care about. There's some VR crap from GDC that I just don't care. Like Steam has their VR thing. I'm like, I don't. The thing about VR, I did this in another video, which was the daily video thing that I do, or try to do. The way I talked about it.
Talking to the Noid.
Yeah, talking to the void.
I want a video series called Talking to the Noid, where you talk to the Noid from the Domino's commercials.
Oh my god. Anyway, the way I see VR is it's something that people actually have to play and actually have first-hand experience to be sold on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be hard.
That doesn't sound interesting to me at all.
And it's going to be hard to sell that to a mass market without putting it in their hands.
You put it in a GameStop.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Did you guys hear? I read some interview with a developer. I don't remember who it was, but he was talking about how Morpheus is doomed to fail, which isn't that surprising to anyone. The PS4 VR. And he was saying that with what do you call it? With
I lost you for a second.
what's the one for the PC?
Oculus.
For Oculus,
It's on a road.
the thing is you need to with any VR you need to use a lot of the power towards making a VR capable of running smoothly or whatever, but that means you need to move a lot of assets over to it.
Oh yeah.
And on PC you can just on the box say, oh, you just need a powerful PC to run this, but with the PS4 it's static power. So they basically have to half all the power of the PS4 and allocate it towards Morpheus, and nobody's going to want to make a game that looks like a PS2 game or whatever in order to make VR a reality. And on top of that, it's probably going to cost $250. So for console gamers, they just spent $400, $60 on a game. They're not going to be ready to spend another $200. So yeah,
Well,
I don't know. I mean, Morpheus is it's cooler than PlayStation Move, but it's gonna fail. I think it's gonna fail even harder than Move or even the Vita, just because the developers aren't gonna be on board, and I don't know. We're just gonna get a lot of gimmicky garbage, and I don't know. The idea of VR is so cool, and I want to check it out. But I don't see it selling well. I can't see it.
Me neither.
As far as
in no way, even if they have a flawless marketing campaign, there's like you said, there's no way to market it, just like there's no way to market 3D. So it's just, I don't know. The only time you can sell someone is if it's already in their hands.
Yeah.
So that's
as far as like
I'm
allocation
going
of
with
RAM
this.
goes, though. It's important to remember that the PlayStation 4 has what, 4 gigs of RAM? Or no, 8.
I think
8 gigs.
Okay.
My bad. 8 gigs of RAM, and the PlayStation 3 had less than a gig.
yes, yeah, definitely less than a gig.
800 megabytes, I think it was.
It was a lot.
Yeah. So, some reallocation of like assets and stuff like that shouldn't hurt it too badly, but especially if they find a way for, especially if like, let's say for Morpheus games, I don't know, this would be difficult, but maybe like cut off the assets to the to parts of the OS that aren't needed. So like maybe if you're playing a Morpheus game, you can't just jump to the dashboard whenever you want. Like you have to turn off Morpheus or something like that. That would make it easier,
That'd be interesting.
but that would require a lot of patches.
I wonder
But we're
if
using
it's-
those, so who cares?
Firmware update.
Yeah, firmware updates.
I wonder if that's even possible though, because like with a PC, it's more fluid. You know, you can kind of allocate the resource. It's easier to allocate resources to different parts of the computer. But I feel like the PS4's infrastructure is more rigid, and sure, it was designed to be closer to a PC, but it's still a console. So
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's possible.
Yeah, I mean, we know that they can do a lot through firmware, but I'm not sure how much they can do. Like, obviously, they can completely change the OS through firmware. I mean, they did that with Xbox One. Nobody knew what the Xbox One dashboard looked like before until a week before it launched or whatever. Like, they were working on the OS until it launched, but
They still are.
Well, yeah, but people already had Xbox Ones before
Oh well, yeah.
the OS was done.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was a big thing. I remember they were talking about how people were like, "How's the OS?" Like, we don't know, and we're actually not allowed to back out of the game right now to show you because it's not how it's supposed to look.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, but I don't know. These consoles are so
Insane.
dependent upon internet stuff too. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like they could change a lot.
Yeah, I liked Colin's article about how all the consoles are basically
Yeah, online required.
online required consoles.
Yeah. Well, the Xbox One is by default because you can't start it up without that initial patch. Because it's still
Oh,
running
Yeah, because that's how you get the firmware. That's how you get the OS
and everything. Yeah. At least the PS4 like works. You just can't do a lot.
Yeah.
You can't play DVDs. You can't play Blu-rays.
And then you can play a bunch
Offline?
of broken games.
Yeah. I mean, if you
Any
wanna,
game from 2014.
Yeah. If you want to play.
Wait, you can't play a DVD without the.
Nope.
I don't believe you.
No, it's true.
Well, you definitely can't play a Blu-ray. I know that for a fact.
I forget if I wrote about this or not, but yeah, it was like you can't. You can put the PS4 and plug it in out of the box, but you can't play a Blu-ray without connecting it to the internet.
Does that include games though, since the games are on Blu-ray
No.
discs?
No,
Okay.
the games are fine.
I'm making
It's
sure.
the Blu-ray itself because it's a something with the.
It uses a different drive, right?
No, it's something that it has to activate to be for the PS4 to be a registered Blu-ray device player.
Oh yeah. Every Blu-ray device player is an online
Yeah.
Yeah thing.
But it was like something to save cost,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
instead of having all PS4s by default be Blu-ray players or be licensed to play Blu-rays, they decided, well, we're not going to make it like a default thing and pay for every single Blu-ray or for every single PS4. We're just going to have it to where we'll pay for every PS4 that activates it by connecting it to the internet.
Whoa.
So.
I never knew my key did this.
And you think I'm a 4-year-old?
Oh come on, that's awesome! It's an actual key too. I never knew that.
All of them are like that.
I never knew that.
Oh god. So anyway, you guys got anything else you want to
Thought
talk
it was
about?
off of the cloud.
Shut up. You have Jay or Brendan?
It's free to download. Unreal Engine 4 is free to download.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
So
I
is
can finally start on my game.
so is
Yeah.
I think Source Engine 2 is free, but only if you're like a developer who's actually a developer.
Also, if you sign up with ID for Xbox, which is their indie development.
You get $5
thing.
million.
No, they will get you a
dev kit.
A dev kit for Unity, the Unity engine.
Oh, right. Is that a Ubisoft thing?
I think you might just be thinking it's Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah, I know.
No, I don't.
Because
think
everyone
it is.
talks about
No,
the Unity
I
engine.
don't think it is.
And I'm like, oh, it's like Assassin's Creed
I'll
Unity.
tell you what, I'll look it over right now. But no, Unity was definitely out before Assassin's Creed Unity.
Well, they could have put the engine out before they put the game out.
Like 5 years before they put the game out. 'Cause
Yeah.
they're on Unity 2 now. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. The sequel to
The
hit.
funny thing about Unity is that I saw articles for it, like on IGN or wherever. I saw like, oh, Unity, and I kept on seeing it and just blowing past it like whatever, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And then it took me like a week before I realized that they weren't talking about Assassin's Creed, and I was just like, oh, okay, like whatever.
Yeah,
That's cool.
every time I see the Unity engine,
Well,
I
Also,
think of-
something I'm not going to use.
every time I see the Assassin's Creed or just Unity, I just think, oh, like Assassin's
Yeah,
Creed.
no, it was made by Unity Technologies.
Oh, okay.
And it is now the
Oh,
default
true.
software development kit for the Wii U.
Are they at least like in?
Actually, no,
in
they're on
France?
Unity 5. My bad.
Are they like in France at least?
You know what? Just for you, I'm gonna figure it out, and we're gonna have the most boring podcast of all time.
So
No,
it-
they're actually in San Francisco, like
Damn it.
everything else in the gaming industry.
Whatever. The other thing, just like I associate Unity with Assassin's Creed, I also will never say Captain Toad Pleasure Tracker. It will always be Pleasure Tracker to me.
I want to tell you what you just said. You said I will never say Captain Toad Pleasure Tracker because it's always Captain Toad Pleasure Tracker to me.
Because I'm not going to say the actual Pleasure Tracker name. I'm just going to say Pleasure Tracker. I refuse to say the T.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
it's just Pleasure Tracker.
Because you're a 4-year-old?
Yes. It's always going to be, ever since they
What
said
are you
that,
guys
I've always...
talking
Is Captain
Wait,
Toad...
yeah, back. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's a Wii U game, Captain Toad Pleasure Tracker.
No, okay, because you're gonna be an asshole. It is called Captain Toad Treasure Tracker,
Pleasure Tracker.
and he refuses to call it anything but Captain Toad Pleasure Tracker.
Because they said it one time on Rebel FM, and I loved it so much that every time I think
then
of
you
that
have to
game...
do the full name, Captain Toad's Pleasure Tracker.
Okay!
You do the worst Toad impression I've ever heard.
I heard it on Idle Thumbs, and so I
I
decided
feel
to try it
weird.
out, and I think I'm actually pretty good at it.
No, I think you're wrong.
Okay!
stop it.
God, you're so terrible.
Stop making it with your mouth.
Yeah, so, you guys got anything else you want to mention, or...
Can we just talk about our lives? Can we do the sad cast again?
No, no. I will close it out, and then
No
you can do...
sad cast.
No, I will close it out, and then you can do the sad cast on your own time. So, Brendan,
Steven.
Jay, anything.
Steven.
Nope.
Okay.
Should I go for a year abroad? Do you think it's a good idea?
Yes. Yes.
God, we're turning into the sadcast.
No, who cares? No, it doesn't have to be the sad cast.
Thank you for listening.
No, come on, just talk about it. Who
So
cares?
you've
You
been-
can even cut it out.
I'll give you 5 minutes to talk about it on the official episode 51.
No, just wrap it up. Nobody cares. I'm
All right.
sorry.
Oh!
But I care.
No, just wrap it up.
No, no,
That's
no,
what you guys have.
no. I care.
No, I understand what
but-
you mean.
Okay.
Thank
cool.
It
you.
doesn't need to be in the podcast.
Thank you.
Let's wrap it up.
Thank you for listening
This episode already been
to
a pile
You've
of
Been
garbage.
Played,
so-
episode 51. We made it past 50. Let's get to 100.
It's true.
We went past 50, and it only took us
A year and a half.
When it should have taken us less than a year.
Yes. Well,
That's okay.
yes. We will do a live event for episode 100. Send your emails now to reserve your spot. Send them to illustriousmagic.com.
That's not an email address, but that's all we got.
That's all we got. Contact me over Twitter at NO8 and then Axel. But don't actually write number, just put number 8.
The number 8.
The number 8.
The Arabic symbol.
But don't
for
actually
8.
type out the number 8. You can follow Trevor at TREV_THOM. You can follow Brendan at
don't spell
Telescope
it.
Eyes.
Okay, thank you.
I don't even know if I could spell it off the top of my head. And Jay is a cyborg. He does not exist on the internet. He is the internet.
I am the internet, yes.
And as always, thank you for listening.